Everyone, this is Ayana, your resident health and wellness coach and founder of Thrive and Be Whole. Thank you for joining me today on this very first episode of Thrive on a Budget. Woohoo! Woohoo! Wish I had some sort of like streamers or something, or poppers that pop things to celebrate. But I'm so excited to be with you today. And if you don't know anything about me, let me give you a little bit more info about who I am and what I'm about before I get started on the information. So first of all, again, my name is Ayana, and I am a certified health coach and a certified life coach. I'm also a mom of 3, a wife, a business owner, a former educator, and I used to be a caregiver to my mom. So many different things, right? And so many different opportunities for me to get overwhelmed. And so I've become extremely passionate about supporting people with self-care and self-love strategies because of how transformative it's been in my own life. I went from feeling overwhelmed and depressed and anxious to thriving and feeling empowered and like I could just take on life. And so I'm so passionate about sharing those tools with the world. So thank you for joining me today. Now, Thrive on a Budget is very exciting. It's a new series that I'm doing that'll help you live your best life and feel empowered through self-care strategies while you're low on cash, low on time, or low on both, as I was/am often. And I'm really excited about this because there's this mentality in our society that you cannot take good care of yourself if you don't have enough time or money. And I'm here to dispel that myth, and I will bring you one tool or strategy each time I do a video with a couple of different resources that will help you to thrive on a budget. On our very first episode of Thrive on a Budget, we're going to be talking about affirmations. I love talking about affirmations because they've been extremely helpful in my own life. And now, the reason why we talk about affirmations is because our thoughts are powerful. Our thoughts can either make us or break us. Our thoughts can lead us to phenomenal and unimaginable successes, and our thoughts can also tear us down and make us feel like we have nothing and not want to accomplish anything at all. And affirmations help us to get control over our thoughts. Get control over our thoughts, you say? You might be kind of wondering about that. And if you are at all like I was very confused by this concept a couple of years ago. I remember hearing, we have control over our thoughts, and I was like, what are you talking about? Now, let me break it down for you like this. We are not our thoughts. Okay, I'm going to say that one more time. We are not our thoughts, but we often operate as though we are. So what we tend to do as human beings is we tend to have a thought and we tend to immediately associate that with reality. So for example, one that comes up all the time and came up for me a lot was, you look in the mirror, you get dressed in an outfit, you look in the mirror, you don't like what you see. And you're like, ooh, I look fat. Or I look ugly in this dress. And the next thing you know, you start to internalize that you do look fat and you do look ugly, just because the thought has entered your head. But that doesn't mean that it is reality, and that doesn't make it true. It just means that it's a thought that's passed through your head. It also doesn't mean that just because it entered through your head that you have to accept it as fact, but we often do. And what we'll do is we'll go take off the dress or take out that outfit and go try on 5 others, okay? I hope I'm not the only one who's guilty of that. But so what we need to just remember, and affirmations help us with this, but if we can understand and accept that we are not our thoughts, we are not equal to our thoughts are just passing through, then we realize that we have power to change them. Here's a perfect analogy for that. Watching TV. Okay, we're sitting back on the couch, watching TV, and we have a remote in our hands. We see something on the TV we don't like, we want to change it. Click, use the remote, click, change the channel. Done, right? So what happened there is similar to what goes on with our thoughts and our thinking, but we don't always recognize that. We have the power, just as the watcher of the TV has the power to use the remote to change the channels, we have the power to slow down, recognize our thoughts and change them, just as simply as we change the TV channel. Here's the other empowering thing you need to know about your thoughts. We weren't born with these thoughts. We were not born with these thoughts. We were not born to look at ourselves as ugly or sucky or not smart or not strong enough, not fast enough. We weren't born to have those thoughts constantly running through our minds. They are the result of years of conditioning, either from other people telling us about ourselves and us accepting it, or us seeing images of the so-called perfect look, perfect job, perfect house, etc. Okay, from us seeing all those images and feeling like, I don't fit that image, therefore I suck. Okay, but that's the good news. The good news is that we were not born with those thoughts, we've been taught them. So in the same way that we've been taught them, we can also unlearn them and deprogram ourselves. And that's really exciting news. Another exciting piece of information is that we have power. We have so much power to change this. And that really, when I had this epiphany, it really helped me personally, and it's been transformative in my own life. So that's why I champion it everywhere I go. So what it requires us to do in order to change this negative thought process is it requires us to first slow down and to recognize those negative thoughts that for just what they are, that they are not reality, they are just thoughts. And just in the same way that we can change our channel, we can change the channel of thoughts in our minds, that when those negative thoughts come through, we have the power to see them for what they are. We can replace them with something that is positive and genuine. We're not telling ourselves, hey, I am, like if you're 5'5" like me, the positive thought isn't going to say, oh, I'm a 5'9" model. No, that's not based on reality. But it's going to be, hey, I am beautiful no matter what size I am. Make sense? Genuine reality and beautiful, positive, uplifting stuff. Affirmations are key and they help us so much with that. There are a number of different ways that you can get support to rewire some of this thinking and change some of these thought patterns from the negative loop to the more positive loop. Just as a side note, no one is 100% perfect. We all have negative thoughts that come in from time to time. That's perfectly normal, natural, and even healthy. So the goal is not elimination, but the goal is to recognize when they are holding you back and when they're run rampant and too much, right? So other ways to get support for reversing that negative tape deck. Who still listens to tape decks? I don't know. But I'm a kid of the 80s, so that's what it is. But the other way to reverse those tape decks, are to get support, like going to supportive groups or talking to therapists, counselors, or coaches, just like me. Okay, but affirmations is also a phenomenal way to do this. And what I love about affirmations is they are available all over the place. They're free. Hello, okay? You can access them at any time. I love going on YouTube. And so we're gonna talk more about that. What I love to use on YouTube are the guided meditations. I love a good guided meditation, especially ones that combine affirmations. Now, the reason why this video is not specifically about meditation, that'll be in a later episode, that's number one. But also, number two, I find meditation to be a little difficult. I have a mind that has a lot going on, a lot of different thoughts all the time. I have a hard time really shutting down my thoughts. So I find that, if you just kind of put me in with some soft music, I'm gonna be running through my to-do list. And by the time I'm done, I'm gonna have worked out a different to-do list and come up with 5 different action items that I need to do when the meditation's done. So if you're like me and that's an issue for you, you might want to check out guided meditations and affirmations on YouTube because they are awesome. They have people talking to you and guiding you through what you should think about, what you should say, and that helps me to stay focused and on message with what I'm trying to do. So guided meditations / affirmations on YouTube are really excellent. What I like to do is I like to lie down. I do this in the morning before I start my day. I find that that's when they're the most effective for me, but you can do them whenever. On a break, lunch break, end of the day, evening before you go to sleep. And there are some that actually help you sleep, as a side note. And they're wonderful. They help to transport me into this amazing place. They help me calm down and they help me feel more capable and like I can just take on the world. So there are some affirmations that I love. The first YouTuber that I'll recommend, his name is Jason Stephenson, and I have a link to his information below. He is just phenomenal, and he has so many free videos on his page. It's just unreal. I think there's probably hundreds there. I know he also has a website where you can buy some other content as well. But I will link his YouTube information on the description below because it really revolutionized and changed my life. One video in particular about self-love affirmations. So I am beautiful, I am worthy, I am amazing. That last one wasn't a direct quote, but all of these different things when said over and over repeatedly while we're relaxing. At first in the beginning, you might think this is a little corny. But you start to actually believe it and accept it. And if you go through the process with an open mind, I promise you'll come out feeling amazing when it's done. I like to do at least 15 minutes. Now that's the one drawback, is that if you're short on time like me, I'd say that my maximum sometimes is only about 15 minutes. I wish I could do it a little longer, like 20 to 25. And so if you're really short on time, then the suggestion that I would give you is to check out Simple Habit. Yes. I was going to say simply, but it's Simple Habit. And Simple Habit is a wonderful meditation program. And what's awesome about Simple Habit that's a little different from Jason Stephenson stuff is that it really is for the very beginning guided meditation and affirmation person. So if you've never done that type of stuff before, and you're kind of feeling like it's a little corny and you're not really sure how to enter that sphere, Jason Stephenson stuff is really good. It's more spiritual. Whereas Simple Habit is great, and it's really good for those of us who are novices to that world. So it breaks things down in simple language that I really appreciate and enjoy. The only thing I will say about Simple Habit is that there's a free version. It's an app. You can download it. There's a free version, and then there's 2 paid versions. Now, the free version, I downloaded it before, and I really enjoyed every meditation. They were so helpful. It also boasts that meditations are only about 5 minutes, and so that was the case, and it felt really awesome. But when I tried it several months ago, they didn't have as many free meditations as I had hoped. So that was a problem. I kind of felt like pushed into buying the paid version. But now, going online, it looks like they might have more. So that's something that you should absolutely check out. That you can always do is you can make your own. You can think about what are some personal struggles or some negative thought loops that tend to run through your mind, i.e. for me, for a long time, it was, I'm not beautiful enough. I'm not pretty enough. So if you can build and construct your own affirmations around that tackle that, then you're off to the races. That's great. You can say them to yourself in the mirror every morning for about 5 or 10 minutes. This is another great way to take on affirmations and to do it on a budget when you're low on time and low on cash. So with that, what are some affirmations and guided meditations that you love or that you enjoy or that help you? Let me know in the comments below. And if you don't use any, also say that too and say why. I know it can feel a little woo-woo for some people, and it can feel like something that they don't really connect with, but it makes a world of difference when you use affirmations along with other different types of supports. I can't tell you how many times affirmations have helped me feel more positive, stay on track, and feel motivated. So I hope they help you as well. Anyways, so this wraps up the first episode of Thrive on a Budget. Woohoo! Thank you for joining me. Once again, my name is Ayana, and I'm a certified health coach, certified life coach, here to help you find empowerment through self-care and self-love strategies. All right? And then we'll be coming to you with another episode shortly. But if you would like to find out when that happens, subscribe to my channel and click on, I think it's like a bell or something, some type of notification symbol so you can get alerted to when I post new videos. And as usual, I will also have details in this video below about how you can join my mailing list if you'd like to stay in contact with me. I do daily inspirational content on Facebook every day. So you can also check that out as well and like my page. All right. Oh, when you join my mailing list, I forgot to add, there's a special gift that you get. So check that out. Bye.